Hello and welcome everyone. City is claiming the win, Premier League is claiming the win. Then who won? What is this APT? What is this associated party transactions? And what is this case about? What are the implications on Premier League? What are the implications on 115 FFP charges? Are they going to go away? Everyone got this question. I got you covered. In this video, we are going to discuss everything regarding this case in detail. To make it simple to understand, I have divided all this case into 5 quick questions. The questions are: what is the case about? What are City's arguments? What are Premier League's arguments? What are implications on 115 charges? And lastly, what are the implications on the Premier League? We are going to go into detail for all the questions. Every question I'm going to answer in detail. The first question is, what is this case about? What is the APT? Associated Party Transactions. What does that mean? It means basically, if you have a common ownership, like one company is there, Etihad Airways, and it is sponsoring Manchester City, right? So in that case, if Etihad is giving Manchester City a sponsorship deal of 300 million, for example, and similarly, Arsenal also has a Emirates Airlines, and they are sponsoring 100 million. They are sponsoring with $100 million. So in this case, how come City is getting 300 million and Arsenal is getting only 100 million? So to compare that, Premier League have the data from all the clubs who are getting sponsors. They have that data, and in that they will compare if the prices are inflated, the sponsorship deals are too lucrative, they are too much compared to other, and it should not give competitive advantage to one club instead of other. City is claiming that this is unlawful. Rules are bended to limit their spending power. This came into effect after Newcastle was bought by Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund. After that, Premier League tightened these rules. So basically, Premier League has a database of the deals each club is making with the sponsors, and they will compare that with the everyone. As this is a sensitive data, this is a privileged data, that data is not shared with other clubs, so they don't know. City is claiming that they don't know what is the deal with other what is the deal for other clubs with their sponsorship. We don't know what is going on there. So Premier League has blocked our deals because of that, and Premier League is telling that this is not true, these are the inflated deals. This is a question about two deals actually, the sponsorship deals from Etihad Airlines and First Abu Dhabi Bank. So Premier League blocked these two deals because they felt that this is inflated or this is a potentially harmful for the Premier League, and City is arguing against that. So now you got the idea what is this case about. Now let's go into one by one. What are the arguments from City and what is the argument from Premier League? First, we'll go with the argument from City's point of view. So what are the City's arguments? City is telling that we don't know about this, what are the sponsorship deals for other clubs, and if our ownership, our club owners want to put some money in our club, how can Premier League block it? City's main argument is, City is telling after the Newcastle deal went through, Premier League has tightened those rules, and that is unlawful because they were lining up the two sponsorship deals, and because of this new rule changes, they have been blocked from getting the sponsorship. These two deals are being reversed now. That is the victory Manchester City is claiming. You can see the victory parade. Everybody from the City or City fans are, they are ecstatic, like they have won everything. The 150 charges are gone, but that is not the case. This is not the defeat for Premier League, or this is not the total victory for Manchester City. To the third question, what are the Premier League's arguments? Premier League is arguing against this, like they are telling the same thing. For example, if Etihad Airlines is owned by Abu Dhabi and Manchester City is also owned by the same group, deal should be on the parity. It should be in the comparative with other sponsors for other clubs also. City's argument is that this is blocking their progress, and Premier League is telling that if we give free hand to City, then everybody, if Newcastle is owned by Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund, they can put any money, they can sponsor anything, they can sponsor the deals worth 500 million, 1 billion also, and that will not be the good news for football or Premier League. So that's why Premier League is telling that this can't be happening, this should not happen. Why Premier League thinks that they have won. The main reason is these two sponsorship deals were reversed, but overall, the tribunal has told that APT rules, associated party transaction rule, overall, it is still in the place. And they have suggested or they have mandated that Premier League should look into this and try to rectify whatever the loose ends are there. So that is not the victory for Manchester City and total, and it is not a total victory for Premier League also. They also got their face punch with the city, but the city's PR is bigger. Premier League's PR probably not bigger, and it is eye catching that city's victory, City has won. So that is the issue. We are saying everything like City has won, but that is not the case. That's what I want to tell. This is not the victory for City or even for Premier. Overall, the Premier League still has that APT rules and it will enforce those rules for other clubs, including City. So that is the both sides argument. Both sides are claiming the victory, but both are not totally victorious. Premier League also has to think why they have lost this and they have to rectify this. Now, the major question is what are the implications of 115 charges? City fans and City PR is claiming that this victory is similar to the 115 charges and this will have major implications. This is like seismic shift in the Premier League. No, that is not the case. This will have a minimal effect on the 115 charges. Both cases are separate. You have to remember these are not the similar cases. These are totally separate cases. And this is a very small victory for Manchester City. And those 115 charges case is still going on. That will conclude at the end of the year, and probably in new year we will get the verdict also. If you still have the confusion for that 115 charges, actually those are 130 charges, but 115 number has got famous, so everybody is talking that 115. I have made an explanation video about that charges. You can see here, you can find the 115 charges video and you can watch that also. So after that, what is the implication on Premier League? In this case, another interesting thing has come up, like clubs or club owners will give their club, for example, Chelsea's Todd Bowley or Arsenal's shareholders, they used to give or they were giving interest-free loans to the clubs. So that was not considered into FFP charges. But in this, the tribunal has considered that loans also as a FFP charge. So those loans, whoever has those type of loans are also considered as a fair play policy. In that, it will be included into their total spending power. So that is a major shock, because if you see on the screen, there are major clubs. Arsenal is there, Manchester United are there, Everton is there. Their owners have given interest-free loans to those clubs, and that was not, until now, it was not included into their total spending. That will have a major ramification for those clubs. And at the bottom, you can see City is nil, and few other clubs, Newcastle also, I think it is almost less. So that is a major shock for Arsenal and Premier League also. We have to see if there will be appeal or not. So that is one major concern coming out of this verdict. Overall, what will be the effect for the Premier League? So Manchester City is showing like this is a kind of a victory for Manchester City in all charges. They are victorious. This is just a PR stunt. This is just a PR drama. This is not at all true. Even if they are claiming the victory, they are not totally victorious. Those 115 charges are still there, and it will have an impact. The major impact actually is from this interest-free loans that will have an impact on other clubs. And for these testimonies, the three clubs who supported Manchester City, if you see, those are owned by the bigger owners or the state owns. Newcastle United, Everton, and Chelsea supported Manchester City. The 8 clubs in favor of Premier League were Arsenal, Manchester United, Liverpool, West Ham, Brentford, Bournemouth, Fulham, and Wolves. This club supported Premier League in this APT charges, and it will be interesting to see what will be the ramifications, what will be the how Premier League will rectify these mistakes. So next week, urgent meeting between the clubs has been called by Premier League to see this issue, and we will know more about this after that. So if you still have confusion regarding this case, Let me know in the comments. I will try to explain as much as possible. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do consider subscribing. To make this channel, it takes a lot of work, and it feels, if you subscribe or if you like the content, it gives a great feedback to us. So do consider subscribing and let me know your thoughts about this case. Do you think City is correct or Premier League is correct? What will be the ramification? What will be the impact on overall football? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching.